Yeah,
I,
sorry.
I wouldn't blame the charity, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
I wouldn't blame the charity. Charity does get a lot of donation. I work more. I get involved, not really get involved 100% in charity, but I work, with a charity, and I know the amount of donations they get. They
Right.
do not have time to go through all these donations. I'll be honest with you. Let
Right.
alone talk about sweet. Sweet is already wrapped up.
Yeah.
So looking at it, you think, oh, sweet, harmless. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I blame whoever has donated it. They're the one I blame. I'll be honest with you. I
Right.
can't blame the charity. I can't. I can't at all. Because
Yeah.
they get a lot of donations and they have to sort giving it out and so many other things. It's not the charity's fault. Whoever has donated it, obviously, like you said, they have ways of bringing in classified drugs and stuff like that. So they should know better. They should know what they're giving out.
Yeah. I suppose the first one's always free, according to drug dealers. They always.
Mm.
they always- So what better way than to use an existing charity for distribution?
Yeah.
That's a distribution network you can't beat, especially if you're giving out samples. Right, go on. Over to you, bro.
Who are you talking to? Well, yeah, over to me. I mean, I did briefly see the story. I
Right.
mean, I take it that the charity gave these sweets out to kids, did they? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
assuming they did, I think
yeah, they
what it
did.
brings in, as you said, I think as Femi said, this sweets come wrapped up, and if you're getting them from a charity, particularly, you wouldn't think, well, I better check that. But these days, I mean, if you're buying sweets in a shop, a traditional shop, that should be okay. But I think people need to be thoughtful about eating anything or drinking anything that they don't know comes from a reliable source for the obvious reasons. They can be spiked or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, you can't really blame the charity. You wouldn't expect them to unwrap sweets and test them on the basis they may contain drugs. But it would be interesting to know how they got those drugs into those sweets and how they were then donated to a charity. I think there's too many questions,
Yeah.
so we can't come to a conclusion. But yeah, I mean, it could have been very dangerous for people. You like the sweets, you have two or three of them, and you could be sort of overdosing without knowing it. Yeah, interesting story. So be
I suppose,
careful what you eat.
I suppose there's someone out there out of stash now going, what do you mean you
Where
give
did
Charlie?
where did my coat go? Yeah.
You just cost me a lot of money there, giving out to charity. That wasn't the sweet for charity. This is the sweet for charity.
Yeah. I'm thinking it must be some kind of mix up.
Yeah,
Some kind of mix up.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, it
guessing
has
it's a
to
mix
be.
up as well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a drug kingpin somewhere beating someone to death now, going right.
I hope not.
We see it in movies, don't we? Right. So there's two astronauts stuck up on a spaceship, and they were actually thinking of rescuing them with SpaceX, one of SpaceX's spaceship, which is owned by Elon Musk. Now, the
Yeah.
problem they encountered there was that they didn't have the right suit to then be transferred onto a rescuing spaceship, for instance. a rescuing spaceship, for instance. And it just got me thinking. I don't think that other spaceship is Elon Musk is. I don't trust anything Elon Musk does. And that goes for the Tesla as well, which is debatable. Reason being, there was a proposed launch of a spaceship that blew up. I don't know if anybody remember that. One of the SpaceX's. It was about to take off, and it just went up in flames and everything. So that's the only reason why. But then these people are going to be stuck up there, Trevor. I know you like flying. They're going to be stuck up there till December.
Well, actually, if I can correct you there, I think
Yeah.
they say it's going to be February or March.
All
I
right.
mean,
Next
Well.
year, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I tell you what happened. I mean, her name is Sunita Williams, I believe, and
Right.
he's Butch Wilmore. I think both have been to space before,
Right.
but they went up on the 5th of June, so it's already quite a long time ago,
Yeah.
and they were going up for 8 days.
Right.
So their whole mindset was, we're off, we're going, say goodbye to their families, see you in a week's time. And then it turns out it's going to be around 8 months at least. And I suppose to most of us, I think most of us would think, well, we could get into a bit of a panic because you feel stranded. And the thing is, they were going up to test a crew capsule, um, and I think it's a Boeing Starliner. And once they were up there, they did at least manage to dock. They had problems on the way there, but Boeing and NASA knew that there'd be problems coming back because they could be literally vaporized because of severe problems on this Boeing Starliner, which, of course, if you think of Boeing, which traditionally has, in years past, has had a wonderful reputation for great aeroplanes, but not so much in recent years with their Boeing Max planes, which I think two crashed because of a new thing they put in without telling the airlines, let alone the pilots. So that's costing them billions of pounds in damages and things. So they don't have the best reputation at the moment. So this is not helping. And you think they could just sort of send something else up. And I think, as you say, there are problems with SpaceX doing it. I think, to be fair to Elon Musk, he has taken quite a few people into the edge of space successfully. I think he did have one, possibly two, blow up before they put people on them. But yeah, I mean, he's obviously a great entrepreneur in these ways. And I suppose you have to go through all the testing and the guinea pig stage of it all. But yeah, they can't apparently just send something up, as you say, the wrong type of suits. And I think the other possibility means that four people were going to go up in something else to the space station. So they thought about just sending two up and then leaving a space for two to come back, etc. But whatever, they haven't made a decision as far as I know. And these people are sort of stuck there indefinitely. There was a Russian back in 1991, I believe, something Sergei Krakalev, and he was kept up there. He was due to stay up there for a couple of months, and he was actually kept there for 311 days
Wow.
because of the political problems in Russia at the time. So he stayed rather longer than he expected. But yeah, I think, as I say, most of us would think, "Wow, it'd be awful." You're in a waitlist condition, and even that can become a bit, so we say, very strange to a human being after not too long. So yeah, I just hope they get back sooner rather than later. But they say it's going to be February or March.
Wow.
So good luck to them.
Well, I thought it was December. Wow. Well, they got an extension on their visa.